This week,
a recap of the MWHS football game.
A speech teacher earns national attention.
Unified softball takes on the Storm.
Constructing students work on a wall.
And DECA puts on their annual volleyball game.
All this week and more on the MWHS Wildcat News. Welcome back, Wildcats. I'm Bowie Zekbo.
And I'm Logan Mosley. On October 28th, the varsity football team took on the Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks in the first round of the Class A state playoffs. I was there at Seacrest Field and have more. The number 9 ranked MWHS Wildcats took on the number 8 ranked Lincoln Southwest Silverhawks in the first round of the state playoffs. The game started slow, but MWHS got on the board late in the first, taking a 7-0 lead. Then, senior defensive back Brady Brow stopped the Silverhawks dead in their tracks with an incredible interception. While MWHS was unable to capitalize, the defense held strong as Lincoln Southwest took a 10-7 lead at half.
So last time we played them, we were ready because it was a district game. We wanted to get a win, and then last week when we played them, we were like, okay, we already beat them once, we could beat them again. Everyone was ready. We had a good week of practice, and we were ready to go get them.
Lincoln Southwest's offense proved to be too much for the Wildcats in the third as they went up 24-10 to start the fourth. Following another touchdown, all looked lost for the Wildcats, but Brow had other plans as he took the ensuing kickoff to the house, and following the onside kick, MWHS had a chance. Unfortunately, a fumble sealed the deal for the Wildcats as they lost 31-17 and falling to 6-4 to end their season.
Started out pretty bad. First game, played terrible. Second week, we were a completely different team. Started out terrible. We're not great. 1-3. Won the next 5 games. Ended 6-3. So obviously, I wish the season went better than it did, but I think it went a lot better than the last 2 years, and it's as good as we could have hoped for.
This year for the Wildcats was unexpected to say the least. The previous 2 years, the Wildcats saw struggles in all 3 stages of the game and failing to win close games, and it looked to be the same after starting 1-3. But a 5-game win streak set the Wildcats up for success.
Well, I think next year we should get better as a team. I feel like we can improve better in some aspects of our team, but I think next year should be pretty good.
While there's always constant turnaround with seniors leaving, MWHS has set themselves up for success with their young core players. We'd like to extend our best wishes to all of our seniors and their future endeavors following this year. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Logan Mosley. MWHS will be hosting their annual craft fair on November 5th from 9 to 3, with free admission for students and $3 for adults.
Speech teacher Jennifer Jerome was recently inducted into the National Speech and Debate Hall of Fame. Staff reporters Jacob Hargens and Trey Jochems have more.
And we are here to present her with a plaque in recognition of her service. Let's give Ms. Jerome some love.
Earlier this summer, speech teacher Jennifer Jerome was inducted into the National Speech and Debate Hall of Fame, and on October 27th, she received an award from our new superintendent, Dr. John Schwartz, and Dr. Greg Tiemann early that morning. She was also joined by other staff members and her fellow teachers. Jerome started teaching in 1989, which means she's been a teacher for 33 years now. She started in a rural town in Nebraska that no longer exists. She then moved to Fremont for 5 years, teaching at Fremont Bergen, then went to teach at Gross for 4 years, and now Millard West, where she's been teaching here for 23 years.
Well, it's pretty awesome. They have a good friend who nominated me, and there are so few coaches who actually receive it, and some people that I have looked up to my entire career are a part of the Hall of Fame, so it is the greatest honor of my teaching career.
Every year since Jerome has started teaching at West, her forensics team has always made at least top 3 in districts and at least top 10 in state.
She's helped me with college planning, and she's just generally helped me in times where I've felt discouraged or felt like procrastinating, and she really just encourages me to try my best.
For Jerome, speech and forensics has always been about hope in the community. She's always getting emails and meeting up with old students that tell her about what they've been up to since graduating. A lot of them really appreciate Jerome for teaching them how to present and overcome their fears.
One of my favorite things about Miss Jerome is that she's always passionate and always there whether it's for our speeches or just in general life stuff. She always wants to help us and is very passionate about both speech and forensics as a whole, and the community is really drawn to her.
We'd like to congratulate Ms. Jerome on making it into the Hall of Fame, and good luck on your upcoming season. This has been Trey Jochums and Jacob Hargens for the MWHS Wildcat News.
Reminder, there is no school on November the 8th, Election Day. Stay safe, Wildcats.
Last week, the unified softball team took on Elkhorn South Storm in their annual matchup. Staff reporters Nate Broker and Michael Bartholomew have the story.
On Thursday, October 27th, the MWHS Wildcats took on the Elkhorn South Storm in the annual unified softball game. Students, including the girls softball team as well as other student athletes, helped out with the game. Although playing in the game is a good experience, many other students enjoy cheering their teammates on from the sidelines.
Well, because if you cheer, then it gives them more enthusiasm, so that's why I do multiple cheers. So I'm a cheerleader now. Yep.
Students helping with the game create great bonds and meaningful friendships with these unified players and find ways to stay connected throughout high school. Volunteering in these sporting events are rewarding for a greater cause, inclusion.
I participate in Special Olympics because it gives me the opportunity to communicate with and learn from peers of all abilities. I've learned so much more from my peers of who have special needs than I could have ever taught them.
Every year, Millard West special needs students participate in almost every category of sports, making us the perfect Unified Champion School.
Yeah, Unified Champion School is a school that works with us to do unified sports, inclusive youth leadership, or whole school engagement. It could be one of those three, it could be all three of them. But when you do all three of them and you're hitting other standards as well, then you're able to become a banner recognized Unified Champion School, which Millard West is. So.
After 3 innings, the two teams had tied 14-14. This has been Nate Broker
and Michael Bartholomew for the MWHS Wildcat News.
The Unified Bowling Team has their first invitational on November 5th at the Mark. Make sure to show up to support.
Near the end of last semester, the construction systems class worked on their final project, building a wall. Staff reporter Albie Delapa and I have more.
Every semester, the construction management class works on various projects to grow their technical skills. To start the year, 4th block construction management class is building a scaled-down, bare-bones wall of a house as well as doing some roofing.
It's like a demonstration for like a house on a wall. We started on measuring the length of the boards on the ground, and then we slowly, laid it out on the ground and stood it up. We got put in different groups to assemble different parts of the wall, and there's 2 groups and we just work on each our halves of the wall.
But for students, this isn't a project to put into the gradebook. It is helping the next wave of workers learn how to do what they enjoy. It allows them to get the opportunity to learn new skills and apply them in real-world scenarios.
So what we started was we just learned how to use the tools, what tools were like, how to, all that stuff, and then we cut all the wood for studs and all that stuff, and then we figured out how to stand it up, and then now we're going to do some other stuff to it. Right now we're doing rafters. We're building and cutting rafters right now, and then we're going to apply more roof stuff to it as the term goes on.
The class led by STS teacher Charles Lambert teaches different types of building techniques and processes. He mostly has the students doing the work to make it feel more realistic and accomplishing, with the goal to finish the wall and putting on shingles by the end of the semester.
They're going to get in that construction field to be able to understand all the different parts of building residential homes. I try to demonstrate to them how to do things. So, like with the header, I built one and then had them build the other one. In terms of laying the wall out, we went through. It takes us 2.5 days to lay the wall out, and then yesterday I had 4 kids supervise laying it out, and then once they got it pinned together, then all the other kids could help nail it together.
By educating a generation of potential workers and also sparking interest in construction, a new wave of the workforce will be on the rise. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Logan Mosley and Albie Delapa.
Finally, DECA put on their annual senior volleyball game, where senior players would coach different teams. Catalyst editor-in-chief Quinn Burton and entertainment editor Carly Bailey have the story.
On October 27th, DECA hosted their annual senior volleyball game to better the school spirit of students and faculty while raising funds for Pups with a Purpose, an organization dedicated to implementing therapy dogs in the classroom.
I was one of the project coordinators. We helped give out tasks for other members. We helped organize the teams together and set out promotions. It was a great success. It was really fun. I think everybody there enjoyed the time, and it was really fun.
Throughout 3 sets, the black and green team faced head-to-head on the court, and thanks to the strength of a national champion and the power of teamwork, the black team was able to take the lead.
Before the game started, we had like a little practice and kind of got ready. I think we were more experienced than the green team because we had that little team chemistry bond going, even though we had Cameron who was a commit. I mean, still, we played really well. I mean, Tanner, Ethan, Peyton, all of them played very well. I think that it was an amazing experience for us and how DECA held this up for us, yeah.
With the hopes of coaching their teams to victory, seniors on the varsity volleyball team accompanied the players in order to better their strategies and techniques.
I pushed my team for success by just telling them, like, make sure you try to get inside the court, and we kind of just aimed for 15 points because they had a big commit on the other side, so we kind of just do the little things and hope for a big win.
After all was said and done, the black team left with not just a win under their belt, but also a memorable experience. And overall, both teams got a chance to exhibit their skills while lending a helping hand for the DECA department. For the MWHS Wildcat News, this has been Quinn Burton and Carly Bailey.